remember how we spoke about the possibility of Jamaica finding oil. Think about that.
Exactly.
You don't think that would be huge for them? Because then if we were able to then find oil in Jamaica, I think they're one of the cool parts about their business model that they had said was that they don't actually buy from Petrojam, which is like Jamaica's Jamaican petroleum refinery, Petrojam. They don't buy the oil stuff from them. They buy it from the US because they have some,
the
and
import.
they get better. Yeah, they get better, but then they're able to like avoid avoid the taxes or something from that. So it's like, it works out a lot cheaper or something like that, or they get a much better price compared to, I think that, let me show where it is.
You mean the CESO stuff? The special economic zone?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that stuff.
So it's cheaper, but they still pay
basically
tax,
they get oil way cheaper than a lot of other places, so that helps with their profit margins. No, actually, it doesn't.
It does help with their profit margins because they don't pay as much tax to.
No, but they're not buying the oil; they're storing it.
The parent company, the parent company buys the oil.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I mean, that still is better because then, if the parent company is able to get oil cheaper, then they might be able to get more business, and then they'll store more. So then, But yeah, I was saying something like that. Imagine if Jamaica was to find oil, that could possibly greatly reduce the price of oil, because maybe instead of buying from that would take a few years and whatnot. But you don't think that if Jamaica was to be able to buy oil, instead of having to buy it from the US and then ship it down here and do all that stuff,
you don't think that it would be? Because Petrojam, in my opinion, would be the refinery, because they'd have to still refine the oil, the crude oil that you find.
I don't know if maybe they could buy some from Petrojam, but I don't know about the capacity really of Petrojam in terms of how much it's actually refining.
It would have to increase, and the government would have to be pushing to make that increase.
I hear you, but I don't know if they have the money for that.
Yeah,
you have to think about how much. You know how much that costs? Have you ever looked at a home? I remember like looking up how much. Someone told me about how much it costs.
Oil, money just comes out of nowhere. Money just comes from the sky. We'd find a way, or because think about it, how we earn funds now is mainly tourism. I think the government has been looking to diversify how it earns money for a very long time. And in my opinion, outside of oil, the next best bet is we are just a logistics hub. So doing that, doing like a lot of logistics type stuff, that's the next big bet. Manufacturing is difficult because of energy costs and so on, but it would be great if we found oil for that. So I just think that the government would start to shift a lot of focus. Yes, tourism would still be big and booming and so on, but they would shift and allocate a lot more resources to build out this oil refinery and just infrastructure for oil on a whole. And you mentioned quite a bit of things with this company, because you said, yes, it's a simple business model. I think that this is the type of business model that institutional investors like pension funds, insurance companies, and so on. They like tangible stuff.
Like they're trying to sell their APO.
Hey, I see them buying into that APO, and hey, I can get on board with that. If it's a very tiny general public pool, because right now, even if they list by introduction, if the top companies, if the top two companies don't sell, even if Mr. Booth sells all his stake, it's still not a lot would be traded. So that the float would be extremely, extremely small. So if the general public in an APO isn't given a huge pool, and they already have the financing backed by pension funds and so on, I could still see the stock flying even after. It's all supply and demand with
flying
APOs. Well, not flying. Let me not say flying. Let me temper it, because stocks don't fly after an APO from what I've seen. However, it can still move.
Tropical didn't fly?
No. Tropical tanked after the APO. Tropical hasn't. There are a lot of stocks after it. Hey, you're just trying to draw me out with this anti-APO agenda. I'm not here for it. I'm saying that this APO could, if it's structured right, could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm finding a hard time believing it myself. This is me trying to sell it still. But
You said just get
still,
some
I do
management
think,
fees.
yeah, I still think institutional investors would love this, and this would be a dividend player in my opinion. This is such a simple business model. You're getting cash from the fees, the storage fees, and so on. If the company is good and well run, this could pay good dividends. This could actually pay some nice dividends. So let's see.
I was looking at so this is an article. This is old. This is '08. This said that the upgrade of the
How you
refinery
find
at the
this?
time, which would take 3 years, would cost 720 million US. Wow. Damn. And I
Yeah.
think about that's '08. So you mean that's
Yeah.
easily over $1 billion US now. And they had said the last time it was estimated that the cost was 500 mil US. So the cost even went up. So imagine that's a billion, 2 billion US to do that. I don't know.
Government just borrow some money, bro.
No, I don't think we could. I feel like what would probably end up
borrow a
happening is
bill.
that it would be a deal that would be, it'd be like a major partnership with someone else coming in to say, hey, we'll take on. So the government wouldn't own necessarily a lot of it, or it wouldn't even be something with government. It would just be like private sector or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
And
So you have to think about like with Melissa and all that stuff. Like, does it?
I think
I
even
don't know.
like depending on how easy it is to extract the oil. I mean, the US would probably want like.
It's a Trump just call up, drill baby,
call
drill.
up Andrew. Yeah, drill. Yo, bro, Andrew get a call from the White House. And we just, yeah, I mean, they're just like right there.